You're watching a Nighthawk Network presentation.
What's going on, y'all? Nope, it's not Rumble time, by the way. Just ain't had time to change the set yet. But while I do that, let me let you know that this is actually the indie experience. Your host, of course, is the one and only Ms Gigo. She'll be with you momentarily. Keep in mind, after this week, we're going on a short hiatus here in the Nighthawk Network. Fear not, we will be back with episodes of all your favorite shows from all your favorite folks, including the people you see here this night. Because tonight we not only have Ms Gigo, but her special guest this evening will be her official name, Felicia Bell. But you also know her as Queen Gemini. So without further ado, let's get the show started. Here is Road, Ms Gigo. Simi.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Indie Experience. So, as E said, we do got a special guest tonight. Well, I don't call her by her government. I call her by Queen Gemini. So that's who we have tonight. We're gonna talk about her new book she's writing called Tales of Terror. But you know how we start this show off before we get into the deep combo. We start off with the playlist. So we just gonna jump right into the playlist so we can get this show on the road.
Well, hold on, bro. Can we at least introduce the guest since he is here and all? Can we do
Yes, we can
that?
introduce Queen Gemini into the show, and then we'll get into the playlist as we always do. Hey, Queen,
Hello.
glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So we're gonna talk about your book, and we're gonna talk about your show too. So we can't forget about that. But you know, the first segment of every show is the playlist, where it's 5 songs by indie artists. And since I know you got 5 artists you like, who are the 5 artists that you like? Even though we're not playing their music, we just want to give people 5 artists that you like.
Uh my top one would be Luther Vandross. Uh After him it would be Patti LaBelle. Then Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Gerald Levert.
Mm.
And Aretha Franklin.
That's some good choices. You know, everybody that's tuned in, we can't play her 5 because we'll get flagged for playing her 5 for copyright. So tonight you're going to hear songs created by me and E. If E said he had a song.
Well, tonight I don't have my songs, but I do have my videos. So I got
So
two
we're gonna
videos for you.
see two video. We're gonna see some videos created by E because he does video creation better than me. So we're gonna see 2 videos created by E. When we get to the second segment, where we're gonna talk to Queen and we're gonna spotlight his videos because it's called the spotlight. But for now, we're gonna get into the first segment, which is the playlist. And these songs were songs written and created by me. And the first one I want y'all to hear is off the Decades EP. So on the first one, the song "You Belong" was a '90s cut by Christian Waters. So this one is also a '90s cut by Crystal Waters because this is the answer song to his song, and it's called "Finally Broke Free." Because in his song, he said you belong to a man who never really loved you. So now she's answering what he said in his song. So that's what we're going to hear first. Finally Broke Free by Crystal Waters.
I was with a man who didn't cherish my love, also didn't want another man to have my love, knowing he truly didn't want my love. I finally broke free. I broke free from the hold he had on me. I should have left sooner so that you and me could be. I wanted love so bad I stayed, but now I'm finally free. Once I realized he wasn't gonna give me the love I deserve, I thought back to what you said, let go of the hold he has on you. When I did, it was too late for me to have you as my new love to help me get over my old love. I wanted to pursue you, but I stopped myself because you could already be taken by someone who truly deserves your love more than me. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I finally broke free. He no longer has a hold on me. My heart and mind is clearer. I can see that forever love is coming my way. Could it be you or someone else? I'll just wait till you or him arrive. No more tainted love, I'm healing, waiting for new love to give me my forever love. I finally broke free. My heart is patiently waiting, 'cause I know this time will be the last time I need love. I'm free.
And that was Crystal Waters finally broke free. That's the answer song to You Belong, which is the 90s cut from the Decades EP, the first one I did. This one will be on the second one. So what'd you think of that, Queen?
I like that. That was nice. I like the beat to it too.
What'd you think, E?
That girl hurt. Who hurt that girl? She
That
sang that like she
man,
was hurt
that
to her
man love her.
soul.
Yeah.
Didn't want her to be with no. He didn't want to let her go. He didn't want her to be with nobody else. And the guy who really wanted to be with her told her, "You belong. I want to be with you, but you belong to a man who doesn't really love you." But she don't see it, and now she finally see it. She broke free. That always happens. Is there's always someone else that can give you that love you want, but you don't realize it till it's too late. So we're gonna get into the next one. It's called Never Loved You.
Yeah. You took my heart and I'm drowning in your love. I feel like I'm suffocating from a love I didn't want. Thought I loved you, but I was lying to myself. Please give me back my heart so I can give it to someone else. 'Cause your love is bad for my health. You're like a virus and I don't want no cure. I'd rather die than live off your love. You can't convince me to stay. Happier not having your love, baby. I don't know how any man ever stayed with you. You need to learn how to love before you give your heart away again, or you will lose another love. I know you see forever, but I don't see forever. Let's just let it go and go our separate ways. I want love, and you want love, but not from each other. You're like a virus and I don't want no cure. I'd rather die than live off your love. You can't convince me to stay. Happier not having your love, baby. I don't know how any man ever stayed with you. You need to learn how to love before you give your heart away again, or you will lose another love. There's someone I wanna give my heart to. Sorry if me saying this hurt you, but I gotta be honest, baby, 'cause lying is not in my nature. You're like a virus and I don't want no cure. I'd rather die than live off your love. You can't convince me to stay. Happier not having your love, baby. I don't know how any man ever stayed with you. You need to learn how to love before you give your heart away again, or you will lose another love. Learn to love. Let me go. You know I'm happier without you, baby. Learn to love. Let me go. Learn to love. Let me go. You know I'm happier without you, baby. Learn to love. Let me go.
and that was Never Loved You, and the artist's name is George. It's George. And what'd you think about this one, Queen?
You said the artist's name is George.
Just George. Yeah, George. It's a Southern soul song. I didn't say what genre. It's a Southern soul song.
George better not sing that to nobody. That was that was a little frightening. I'm like, okay, the beat. I love the beat, but listening to the lyrics when he said I'd rather die, I was like, don't say that to that woman. Don't
And
say that,
sometimes it be that way.
cause she might help you.
What you think, Ian?
Now I liked it, but I'm curious. Because as you know, all the different music AI creator things are starting to upgrade to different versions. You got some of them that upgraded to 5.5. You got a couple that upgraded to 6. I seen one that upgraded to 6.5. Is that making any difference in the creations of your music? And how much detail do you pay to the melodies of the music? As in, what type of instruments they playing? Do you want it up tempo? How much input do you put into that when you make your songs?
So when I make my songs, I think of who's singing it. If I want it to be male or female, I think of what genre. I necessarily don't think about the instruments, but I do think about who's singing it, the genre. That's is the genre who's singing. If it's a group, if I want it, because a, a lot of these songs I create, so it'd be like I want a '90s. I want that '90s feel to it. So I'ma say, tell them I want '90s. Like whatever era I'm feeling, I want to write in, want my song to be in. That's what I tell it, and it gives me that era with my lyrics. So the next one we're gonna get into, I originally wrote these lyrics for Ease artist Flowana, but I wanted to see how it sounds as a jazz song. So this is Flo, and the song is called What Up Though.
What up, though? It's how I say I love you. You're the king that captured my heart, and I've fallen so deep that I can't believe that love is truly happening for me. 'Cause I always thought love was never gonna happen for me. But what up, though? What up, though? Is how I say I love you. I love you. You got my heart fluttering, and I like the way your love makes me feel. It's a feeling I don't want to end. You're my lover and best friend. Most people don't feel love like this. Thank you for the bliss I'm in. There is joy inside of me, no more sadness. 'Cause I finally have the right love I need. So every time I see you, I'm going to say, what up, though? 'Cause baby, I truly love me. Oh, what up, though? is how I say I love you. I love you. You got my heart fluttering, and I like the way your love makes me feel. It's a feeling I don't want to end. You're my lover and best friend. Most people don't feel love like this. Thank you for the bliss I'm in. This is a new beginning. The last ending made me forget about love. Now here you come along, and love is all I think about. Oh, what up, though, is how I say I love you. I love you. You got my heart fluttering, and I like the way your love makes me feel. It's a feeling I don't want to end. Ooh, you're my lover and best friend. Best friend. Most people don't feel love like this. Thank you for the bliss I'm in. What I've done. What up, though, baby? You know I'm expressing my love to you. What I've done. So what up, though? Oh, yeah.
That is What Up Though by Flo. Now, like I said, I originally wrote this for E's artist, and she's a jazz artist. But I said I want to see how it sounds as a jazz song. So, what you think, Queen?
I like jazz music, so I like I like the rhythm. It was nice. It was smooth.
So, the the title to that, that's the saying what they say in Detroit. What up, though? So I took that and said, let's turn that into a song,
Yeah,
and that's what came to me.
I was going to ask you because well, I'm down south, and yeah, I just say I love you.
Now,
So I was
in
gonna,
Detroit, that's how they greet each other. If you're a true transplant of Detroit, that's how they greet each other.
okay, okay.
So so I took it as, what if she said that to a guy, said it to him, but meaning that she loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me break this down as a native Detroiter would. Okay. This what up though. What up though is that this don't fit home girl, okay? Shorty wouldn't be singing this like that because her style don't fit into what this represents. It's a little too ghetto for old girl. You feel what I'm saying? So when I
Oh,
submitted that to home girl, she was like, "This ain't me. I'm classy. This kind of trash, you know. What up though? It's too hood for me. You know, I grew up on the west side over there near Livonia and whatnot. I don't know nothing about what up though for real, for real. So I can't really relate to that. Now, all that being said, back to my original self. Here, that song fit better for the artist that you presented it for. Okay, in terms of the overall words, I would want to get rid of what up though and just make it a good love song, which what it was. The what up
uh-oh.
though kind of throws it off from the rest of the better song.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What just happened?
Hold on, good people. All right,
Okay.
everybody's back. I don't know what the hell happened, but anyway,
I
no,
think you're muted.
I
You're
really,
muted.
I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. I'm here. Hold on.
I think
I
E.
don't know what the hell happened, but
You,
anyway,
I think you
no,
still muted.
no, I hear you. I don't think you hear me.
Can
It,
I hear
Let me
you?
see.
I don't hear
Okay,
him.
you hear me. I hear me. I'm here. Okay, she don't hear us, but you hear me and I hear you, right, Queen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do
If
not
you
hear
can
E
hear
at
me,
all.
go in, go in, come back out. Hold on, let me do this. All right, technical difficulties we have them sometimes, y'all. All right, can you hear us now?
Cause I cannot hear him.
Okay. Um,
Oh.
Queen, you talk.
What about now? Can you hear now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear E.
Oh, that's
Mm.
weird.
Oh.
Okay, so Queen can hear me, but she can't hear me. She can hear
Yeah.
you. You can hear me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause if I
yep,
can't hear E, I'm gonna make sure it's
yep,
not on my side.
yep. Okay. On the broadcast here, if you can hear us, y'all,
I'll
let
be
us
back,
know.
y'all, because I cannot hear
Okay.
E, so I'm gonna make sure it's not on my side where the issue is.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Okay. You guys can hear me, so that's good. And they can hear you. Okay. We are here with Queen Gemini here on the Indie Experience. We have some technical difficulties. We're trying to get Ro to be able to hear everybody. She can hear Queen, but she can't hear me. We just played the song "What Up Though" by Flo, and that kind of threw a monkey wrench into everything because maybe Floana put the hokey pokey on it. Floana is part Creole, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But nonetheless, when we get to the next song, I believe the fourth song she will be playing is entitled I'm the Fool. So when she gets back in the room, we will play the I'm the Fool song. It is a 5 minute, 30-second track. I don't know who's it by. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure she will explain it to us when she gets back here. After that, we will take a quick commercial break and get to talking to Queen Gemini about her book. Her book is entitled. Okay, hold on. I think we have her back here.
Yes,
Can
I'm
you?
back.
Okay, can you hear us?
I can hear you now. I
All
I
right.
was able to hear Queen and wasn't able to hear you.
Okay, that was weird. All right, so
Yeah.
everybody's back. Okay, on to the next
Okay.
song.
So the next one is I'm a fool.
I'm the Fool. All right, here we go, y'all.
Ooh, baby. When I woke up this morning, I looked at your side of the bed. I said to myself, how could I let my baby go? When I think back, I start to realize that you were the one for me, but it's too late. You probably done moved on. Baby, I was a fool, 'cause I thought you didn't love me. Now when I think back, it was love all along. You was giving me. Can you forgive me and think about rekindling our love? 'Cause I'm no good without you. I don't want you to have an next man. I should be your one and only man. You, baby. Oh, girl, I let the people around me convince me that you were no good for me. So I started acting differently just to push you away from me, thinking something better will come along. Ooh, baby, I was a fool, 'cause I thought you didn't love me. Now when I think back, it was love all along you was giving me. Can you forgive me and think about rekindling our love? 'Cause I'm no good without you. I don't want you to have a next man. I should be your one and only man. Hey. Ooh. Hey. Oh no. When I sat in the empty house thinking of you, I started realizing you're the one that made it a home. Ooh. And now I feel like I'm in prison, 'cause I committed the adulty love crime, and that was letting you go. Baby, I was a fool, 'cause I thought you didn't love me. Now when I think back, it was love all along you was giving me. Can you forgive me and think about rekindling our love? 'Cause I'm no good without you. I don't want you to have a next man. I should be your one and only man. I'm gonna prove to you that you should be with me and turn his house back into a home. 'Cause I was meant for you. You were meant for me, baby. Baby, I was a fool, 'cause I thought you couldn't love me. Now when I think back, it was love all along you was giving me. Can you forgive me and think about rekindling our love? 'Cause I'm no good without you. I don't want you to have a next man. I should be your one and only man. I should be your one and only man. Oh, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
All right, that was "I'm the Fool" by Jaden E. So what you think about that one, Queen?
I like that one. I really like that one. I done sat here and came up with the whole backstory, how we got to this point, what you need to do to get her back. You need to be standing there while you sing that with a ring on one knee.
So, my concept, my idea of this song. So if you remember the song by Miles J called "I've Been a Fool," remember that song?
Yeah.
That's where I came up with this song. I heard it and I was like, I'm gonna come up with a song that's kind of not exactly like that song, but a person being a fool for love. So what you think, E?
I really like that one. My question is, did you make that one recently? Like in
Yes,
the
all these
last?
ones that all the songs we heard tonight are recent.
Okay, because definitely, when we first started this, I think we both was working with it when it was on 4.0. And like I said, now we on 5.5 and 6. You can tell the difference in the depth of the sound of the songs, how more layered it is in the voices, how the music parts of it kind of pop out more than what it did when they first, had us creating stuff. It's starting to, you can see the advancement in the technology based on how that song played. I mean, it sounded like we was sitting there and the instruments was playing and we could hear and see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It was surround sound like.
Yeah, so that was my inspiration of writing this song, the Miles Day song. Because I was on social media and it came down my timeline. I said, you know what? I love this song. I'm going to try to, create a song with that type of concept. And that's what I came up with. A lot of my song ideas come from either me listening to somebody having the conversation, watching something on TV that somebody might say something and it sparks a song. So a lot of my ideas come that way. Or I could just be thinking about something and a song just come to me. There was one more song, but I forgot what it was. So you know what, E? We're gonna forget the last song, so we can go straight to the combo with Queen Gemini. So everybody, everybody that's tuned in, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Our special guest is Queen Gemini, and we're gonna talk about her book, Tales of Terror, as well as her show, Rumble Time. So we're not just gonna talk about the book, we're also gonna talk about her show, and we're gonna get straight into it. So welcome again, Queen, to the show.
Thank you.
So when did you know you wanted to be a writer?
Um, I've always loved to write. Um, Growing up, I would write stories and poems, and I stopped. Um, when my mother passed, I stopped. I just stopped writing. I stopped doing all of it. So we're looking at 30 plus years of me not writing. And I started picking it back up slowly because I had started doing at one point a show um called Legends and Lore. And I started writing stories to go with some of the legends I was talking about. So I started back up, and then um some people have heard me say it on my Rumble Time show because I've dedicated a couple of shows to him. My ex-husband passed away, and I stopped everything. I had stopped at that time. I stopped doing the wrestling show. I stopped doing the legend and lore, and I stopped writing again. And so after a while, I picked back up, as everybody's seen with the wrestling, and then I started slowly picking back up with the writing. Um, but what made me really get more into it, I started playing on the Sora AI app, and I was like, I want to create my own vampire. So I did one night, and I was like, wait a minute, I could do a good story with this. And it got me to going with this story. Um,
Yeah.
cause I had,
Shout out to OpenAI for creating that Sora for us to experiment with. But I hate them because they then took it all away. But
mm-hmm.
shout out to Grok AI. A lot of people who were using that are now going over there to do their stuff. Just so people know. That's Gronk AI, GRONK AI.
So I started, because I had written one short story, and it just had been sitting. I let a couple people read it, and they loved it. And then when I created the vampire that I created, I'm like, I can have some fun with this. And so one night I just sat up and I just got to it.
That's good. I write stories too, so if you was tuned in weeks ago to the show, Speaking Freely, you heard you heard one of my stories. We not gonna bring that back up. But I get creative like I can get creative that way when I write, and I can go a whole nother different way when I write. But I haven't written when me and E started doing the songs. I haven't really been writing anything. It's like you get in your creative flow to
Hmm.
write, and then something happens where you, you don't get like no thoughts come to you, no ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like no ideas come to you to write, and you think of something to write, and nothing comes to you. Like you lose all that creative energy you had to write. It's like it's gone for a moment, and then something happens where, like for you, you said it came back, and you started writing again. Same thing for me. Something happened where made me go back into writing, and I haven't really. I've been writing off and on, but I'm still getting creative with the stories because I got a whole lot that I've started and haven't finished.
Hmm.
So when are you planning on releasing this book?
Well, that's what we are trying to decide on. My sister-in-law gave me a wonderful idea of something to try as far as publishing it.
Mm-hmm.
She was, suggesting that I do it in parts. Um, and I'm thinking about it. I
Mm-hmm.
just haven't decided if I'm going to go that way. So it's kind of up in the air.
Okay, I found there's a new on TikTok where people are creating little mini stories that they are presenting to people. Now, some of them are actual, like little mini movies almost. But some people are actually going on and they have a story that's a continuous story, and every day or every 2 days, they give you a little piece of the story. I could kind of see something where you publish the book, but you present it on TikTok in that way. Does that sound
Hmm.
like a good idea?
Actually, it does, because especially with the way I have it set up, it could be done like that easily.
Right,
And
because for those of us who write, the creative process is a very fickle thing. There are some people who could just sit down at a typewriter and just type out story after story like water. Then there's some people you may one day come up with like two sentences, and then another day come up with like two chapters, and then go for weeks and not have nothing. And then in the middle of the night at 4 in the morning, wake up and the way people's minds work, that is crazy. Right now,
hmm
I have like this folder full of little pieces of stories that I was like 10 and 11, and I can look at some of them and be like, I don't know where this was going. But then I could look at other ones and be like, oh, I could finish this right now. If I had the 5 or 6 hours to do it, I could finish this story and it would be good. And I remember what my mind said. Well, it's a very interesting thing how the brain works toward that. I think I can definitely relate to what you're saying. Is what I'm saying.
Because the night that I started this particular story, it actually has 7 parts. Um, well, yeah, 7 parts. So, um, I just started that night, and before I knew it, it was 6 a.m. I had been up all night. I had been all
I
night
didn't.
working on it.
For
Um,
me, I didn't go to bed till like 1 in the morning.
and I was like,
So if
oh,
I'm up, if I
yeah,
can't sleep and
yeah.
I'm up, I'ma either write a song or a story's gonna come to me. I'm gonna start writing a story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
And
and I'm up until I fall asleep. So I have a story that I had a concept for. Right, the story's called Side Piece. You know what I'm getting at with that title. So it's a male or female, but we're
mm,
both the side piece. Then you got the side piece searchers, the people that search for side pieces, and then you have the husband and wife, the ones that are being cheated on, and then you have the side piece, reformed side pieces. So these are people who used to be side pieces but no longer side pieces no more because they want that real love. They want to get married, have children, and being a side piece ain't gonna get them marriage and children. I mean, it
mm-hmm.
get them children, but it ain't gonna get them the marriage. So that's the basis of that story, side piece. It starts off with the side pieces, then it goes into the side piece searches, then it goes into the husband and wife, then it goes into the reform side pieces. So, like you said, your stories in part. That's how that story is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way I wanted to put it out is like an audio book form. Still have it where they could get it printed back. But the way I want to do it in audio book form is that how when people do the audio book, it's always one voice does the whole story, does the whole
Mm-hmm.
book. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, what I wanted to do was each character has their own voice in the story. Instead of somebody reading, oh, this is the girl side piece, this is her part, because you know, you might have you got a girl reading that part. Then you got a guy reading that part. The same thing with when you go down in the other parts. Instead of having just
You,
one voice read every, because sometimes when I hear people read audiobooks and they're telling the story, even though it's not bad, I be thinking, what if the actual voice of a woman was telling a woman's story and him as the man reading the whole book could tell the man's part of the story. And
Mm-hmm.
those two, and you
now,
hear
now
that,
there are audiobooks that do that,
Yeah.
particularly
There's some.
in
Yeah.
the romance, because some of them often go from the male female point of view and vice versa. So I have heard that, and that would be a pretty good way to.
so I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying you could think about, like, if you decide you want to do an audio version of your book, which is you got the male character and you got a female character, that might work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had when I after I worked, especially when I got the first two parts done, I was looking at it, and like I said, when I first came up with my vampire, I'm like the voice that was I created for him. I'm like his voice is perfect. And then when they took the sword from us, I was like, no, see,
Oh,
his
so
voice.
the voice you found for your
Yeah,
character
I
was
found
on Sora, and
yeah,
they took Sora away, and it's like, damn. Now it's
I
just
was like, now that voice would be perfect for this, for the parts where, the speaking parts. Um, so I was like, well, we'll see how that, in which direction I decide to go in
because you
with
know
it.
that's how TV started through radio. You know, TV before there was actual TV,
Hmm.
radio was TV, and they had
Yes.
the people read what was being basically the TV script was being read through radio, and you had the male voice, you had the female voice. That's what I was thinking with my story. Instead of just having one voice read all the characters, no, you have the different voices for the different characters. Because then when you think about it and you say, "Oh, I want to turn it into maybe a TV show or movie," because you have it that way with the different voices, you'll know it will work as a TV show or a movie.
Hmm. So I've been thinking of different things that I, can do with it. Um, it's just, narrowing down what I want to do first.
Okay, now my question is, what attracted you to writing horror as opposed to other types of stories?
I love horror. I don't like romance. I will, if I'm reading anything, it's horror. I grew up on horror. So that's what led me in that direction. And then, with when I um when I was doing the Legend and Lore show, that was right down my alley. Um I just have a thing for scaring people. So I'm like, stick with what you know. Um so that if I do anything, it's always gonna be horror. It's not that horror, maybe some sci-fi, but yeah, that's just where my passion is.
So how did you come up with the title?
Now when I decided, I had decided that I was going to go back to doing my show at some point. I'm like, I miss doing it, and then I thought about something James had told me the first time he ever heard me do the show. Um, and I said, yeah, I got to get back on it. And I was sitting here and I said, you know what? I'm going to change the name. And I said, I said, I want something a little more creepy. And I thought about it for a little while. I said, I know what. Tales of Terror. I said, that'll be perfect because all the stories, all any of the short stories I do, if I do it on, say, one of our, in my state, one of our local legends, and then do a story to go with it,
Hmm.
it's still, I still can make it creepy and freak people out. So it will still be horrifying. So I said that the name, the title word, that's the perfect name for it, Tales of Terror.
Because you know what I was thinking? If you remember the TV show Tales from the Crypt, and
Yes,
it had the skeleton,
yes, the
the
Crypt Keeper.
skeleton, and he was shared to tell his story. That's what
That's
I
the
was
Crypt.
thinking of with the
That
title.
that was my favorite show. Um, that was my favorite show back in the
I
day.
would watch it, but I would watch it with my eyes closed. I'm not a horror genre person, but I
Ye-
would watch it with my eyes closed because I couldn't look at him. I couldn't look at him, especially at
Actually,
night.
oh yeah, I love it. Um, uh, my family wonders about me sometimes, but yeah, um, the the Tales from the Crypt. Actually, just recently here, I got my husband ordered me the first two because they was actual comic books, and they put them in book form, and he ordered the first two volumes for me. Um, I just got to get the third one now, but yeah, I love horror, so like I said, this is from ever since I was little. Um, that's what I grew up on. So I try and decide because at one point I was trying to decide if I even wanted to publish it. Um, could I do something and make it like little mini videos and stuff? So it's just been, it's been fun doing, uh, especially with creating my character. Um, well, characters, because it's several. It's a few in there, and the first part I did, let a couple of close friends read, and family and friends read, like what you think, because I always, a lot of times I second guess myself because my brain is going like a mile a minute. I'm like, ooh, I could have him do this, or I could have him do that, or what if this, I have him do this, or this happens, or this takes place. So, but everybody that read it, they was like, we love it. Keep going, keep going. So now it's just like I said, it's just trying to decide, how I want to present it. Do I want to put it in book form, or what? It's just so many options now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you could
It's a,
make episodes and you could
mm-hmm,
play each episode during a
mm-hmm,
certain time every evening on
mm-hmm.
certain radio stations. On certain radio stations. On
You know, I
certain
thought about
radio stations.
I thought about that too.
We heard you,
Obviously, because
E.
we heard you loud and clear. I
And
thought about that
I
too.
had really, I had really thought about that because I love that whole concept from the back in the day when they would listen to the radio when there was no
hmm
TV. I
That's how the soap
love,
opera started too. You hear your favorite soap opera too.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, both As the World Turns. No, three of them. As the World Turns, Edge of Tomorrow, and Days of Our Lives. They all started out as radio soap operas.
Mhm, mhm. So even
Because I
even
was thinking that same thing for my story, but I was looking for people to do the voice of the character. But
mhm.
it's hard to find people that would want to voice a character, especially the type of story it is. Yeah.
Well, um, it yeah, it is. It really is. But I did realize something, because I was like, ooh, how could I do that? You know, trying to get people, and and then I thought about it. I was like, you don't have to, because I have read my own stories. E has heard me
Hmm.
do my stories. I've read my
Right.
own stories,
Yeah,
and
I've done my
Actually, a
own
good person for you
stories.
to hook up with, Queen, would be our buddy Hugh. Hugh was
okay,
also very interested in the space that is horror, and he actually wants to do a horror movie himself. I think y'all two could collaborate on some real good stuff, and he got a good voice for that type of stuff. So,
and
yeah, definitely have y'all hook up.
yeah, and I've freaked a few people out. So, but I is um a lady I follow on TikTok, and she has her own like mini verse for different characters. Like she has like a horror one, and
Mhm.
she does the different voices for the different characters. And I was like, hmm, that's a thought. That's an idea. That's an idea. I was like, I might have to try to do that and see how, how it works out, how it plays out. But I do like the whole I'm just well, my oldest granddaughter tells me I'm just old, because I still sometimes, I can find on the Audible, I can find the old radio shows, and I will listen to them
Mhm.
and be just as content. And I don't know, I am kind of leaning that way because I think that that would be
Because
fun.
in the way the age of AI now, and the way people digest stuff now, I think it will work.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because people drive to work listening to books. Some people don't
Right.
even listen to the radio no more. They drive and listen to books.
They
So
listen. Yep, they listen they listen to books. Um, and like you said, in the day of AI, I mean, I've seen people with whole series that they have created, and people are following that. Like, when's the next part coming out? You know. So a lot has changed, and I was talking to my husband about it. I was like, would it even be feasible to
yeah,
even put it in print? And he was like, do what makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy,
you
I'm
could do
with you
both. I
100%.
think with Amazon, because Amazon they have the Amazon owns Audible, so you can do both.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. Hmm.
But it's all about which one you're gonna put out first. If you put out the book first, I would say put out put out the Audible. I would say go Audible. So this way, when you post to social media, you go post the Audible to social media and take
Hmm.
clips of it and post it to social media. And then when people hear it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this sounds juicy. This is good," and they're gonna want more and more. And then you say, "Well, this is my Audible page where you can hear the rest of the story." And then in a few, let's say a few months, you can get the actual book if you want the actual book.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And then with the AI, you can take your story, you take a piece of your story. Because on YouTube they have where you could do make little 8-second AI videos. You
Hmm.
just just tell them what you want the person in the video to say. So like if you saw what I post, if you saw the post announcing you was coming on the show, I used your book cover photo to have you speaking that you were coming on the show, and it's done through the YouTube AI thing.
Hmm.
So you could do something like that. Take a piece of your story and have the 8-second video telling the story.
Hmm.
Like you can use the actual cover of the book through the YouTube AI, write a little piece, like first maybe a little bit of the first chapter, and then it will show you telling the story, and then it'll get people interested, and then you can say coming soon. Let them know
Hmm.
the Audible and the book is coming soon.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. Nowadays, it's just so many things that can be done. It is just,
Because technology is evolving,
yeah.
because a lot of people's attention span and what it used to be. That's why it's like an 8-second video will catch somebody's attention. But what you say in that 8-second video it has to be something good that will catch their attention.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what made you decide to do a pod on wrestling? I know you're a big wrestling fan,
Yeah.
but what made you be like, you know what? I'm gonna do a pod, talk about wrestling. What made you do that?
Um, I grew up watching wrestling. So when the opportunity came, um, we was on an app, and at first they thought I was just going to be listening in because we was on a previous app and I never talked. Nobody ever heard me talk. So when I said that I was going to do a show, it shocked everybody because uh, I had told my husband, I said, you know what, I could do a show on wrestling, and he's like, yeah, he's like, you know your stuff, and I said, so I do the wrestling, and he was like, yeah, do the wrestling, and then I was doing also the legend and lore, and I was like, okay, I got two things that I love doing. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do a show. And like I said, I had at one point I did stop when James passed away. I stopped doing the show. I just didn't want to do anything, um, and I slowly started doing shows and going live again. And I was like, you know what? I want to take this to the next level. Let me get this together because I thought about what James had told me. He told me don't ever stop what I was doing, and I said let's get back to rolling with it. And so I jumped back into it, and it's been full speed ahead.
Cause I, I mean, there are times when people talk about wrestling, but I don't get it from a woman's perspective. I think there's a lot of men podcasts that talk about wrestling, and to hear it from a woman's perspective is something different than what's out there. Because nobody would think that a woman would be a diehard wrestling fan.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's part of it, but also I like the fact that you can speak from it from a perspective of somebody that's been a fan for many years. You're not one of these fly by night newbies.
yeah, because when I name older, wrestlers from way back in the day, folks are shocked. Like, you know who that is?
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Do you? Or, or they're kind of like surprised. I'm like, honey, I've been watching wrestling ever since I was little. It got me in trouble a couple of times, but yes, yeah. So it does surprise some people, especially when, they have checked out the show and be like, I didn't know you knew wrestling like that. And I'm like, what you mean? You knew I liked wrestling. Oh, I thought you just, started watching it. I'm like, no. No, yeah, I'm a diehard fan.
See, I was a fan of wrestling. I Every Saturday I would watch Glow.
Hmm.
And I watch WWE. See, when they changed the name, that's when it was like,
Yeah.
when they had to change the name because of the charity that had the same initials, but even though it wasn't the
Yeah, I
same,
was
they had
like,
to change it. I was like, eh.
yeah, because I was like, y'all can still have the same initial. Don't nobody, ain't nobody think about you little wildlife people.
I
Yeah, that was
know.
World Wildlife Federation. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 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 And then, they got into that battle with them over, and then they changed it. And I was like, man, see.
I think the last thing of wrestling that I watched was when they had, remember, I think it was on MTV. Remember they was doing this show where the people who wanted to be wrestlers, they were showing you what they were doing to become wrestlers.
Tough
And
enough.
what the Miz was on there trying to be a wrestler, and some other people. Jennifer Hudson, her
Tough enough.
ex fiance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's where they got the Miz from.
Yeah, I saw when he tried it. I was like,
Yeah,
no.
a lot of fans didn't like that show. Too tough. Because they felt like, you know. And then some of the winners we didn't even we saw 'em maybe one or two times after they won, and it's like, where they go? They were gone.
I mean, it's just like with a lot of these reality shows, like the American Idols and the Voices. They win, and we ain't heard nothing from them since.
Hmm.
But see, with American, what was with American Idol, so when they win, the song that they sing at the end after they win, that is their single, their new single.
Hmm.
So,
And
and
that
not
worked out
having
good them first few years, true enough. But I say after probably Jordan Sparks season, was that season 5, season 6, from that point on?
I think she
Hmm.
won season 7.
Okay, basically from that season on, it all went down.
Hmm.
So, and that's the thing, you know, even when making the bands, remember making the band,
Oh
that was
yeah,
something,
yeah.
and you got two good groups out of it, out of making the band, but then, they dissipated after a while.
Two good groups and about 12 good lawsuits.
Good Lord.
Yeah. You ever think about, since you're such a fan of wrestling, to write a story about a wrestler?
Actually, I am working on. We had aired it about a month or so ago. Just gotta do some more work on it. Midnight Mayhem. That is a promotion I created. So that is going to have its own. It's going to be a whole promotion, and it's going to have its own wrestlers. Um, I'm a, you know, we're going to have the men's division, the women's division. It's just
And
it's going to
I
be a
would love
work
to
in
pull that
progress.
up right now for you, Queen, but you know I'm on this doggone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rest assured, people, when I come back from break, the computer problems will be resolved.
Because I'm thinking of, me thinking of Glow, and I really like Glow. And one of the characters I like, what's the country girl?
The far, the farmer's daughter,
What's that her name? I can't remember her name. Blonde hair, used to wear the crop tops.
the farmer's daughter.
I don't remember none of it. I like that, so I can't remember most of their names.
Yeah, she was the farmer's daughter, and then it was what's her name? Mount Fiji.
Yeah,
I know
I
Mount
want to
Fiji.
say you can find old episodes
She is
of
supposed to be
Glow
the female
on
version of
Tubi.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I think it is on Tubi.
I do believe so. You can find some of the old episodes of that on Tubi.
But see, me when I coming up with stories, sometimes the character names. When you're thinking of a story, you come up with a story idea, and then it's like coming up with the character names. Like, how did you
Hmm.
come up with your character names?
Um. Now, when I came up with my count, my vampire's name is Count Nocturne, and I played around with it, and I like the whole count because of Count Dracula. So I like that
Mm-hmm.
count part, and I was like, hmm. And then I had it's a show that I had found, and um Castlevania, and I was like, hmm. So some of the inspiration for his name came from that show. Um, so that's how I came up with his name. Now there is a cat in the story, a black cat, and his name is Cosmos, and I named him that for the universe. That's how I got his name. Um, now the female character actually has my nickname, which is Lisa. I gave her my nickname, and um, the butler, well, his servant. He's more his servant. I came up with his name from remember the character from the movie Wayman from Low Down Dirty Shame.
Oh yeah, the gay dude.
His name is Heyman. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna name him Heyman. So that's where his name came from.
Yeah. See, I can I think I can write in like any genre, like book genre, but now I'm leaning more towards like that murder mystery, the
Hmm.
thriller murder mystery type book. So I came up with I actually have three murder mystery stories, but they have two that are connected. One is called the Tequila Murders. So you think of the drink tequila, you know tequila, the alcohol.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm an occasional drinker, but in my household they like tequila. I call it tequila. I don't call it tequila. I call it tequila because I'm not. That's not. I'm used to drinking vodka. Vodka is my thing, but in this household, it's tequila. So
Hmm.
I call it tequila. So when I was thinking of a story, a murder mystery story, I said, why not title it that? Tequila Murder. And he's a guy who who was rejected by his mother. He didn't have no father, but he was rejected by his mother. So you
Hmm.
know where his problems come from, being rejected by his mother. And he was frequent a tequila bar. A tequila, they had those a bar that's specifically based off of one liquor.
Hmm.
So it's a tequila bar. So he would always frequent that bar, and that's his problems started happening, and he can so he didn't start off as a killer. He started off as a rapist.
Okay.
He started off as the woman. He raped a woman, and she wound up pregnant with his baby. But because she was raped, she gave it up for adoption.
Hmm.
So on my second story, which is called the Hennessy Murders, you see where I'm getting the alcohol names.
Yeah.
She is the daughter of the guy from the first story, but
Oh, okay.
she don't know at first that her father is this person.
Hmm.
So, but this is her thing. How she commits her murder? She goes out on the weekends with her coworkers to the club. And if you've been to the club, I'm sure you might have heard of the term club stalker. You've heard of that term?
Mhm.
If you've been to the club stalker, the dude, you see the dude that's always following some girl, trying to talk
Yeah.
to him. She turns him down, but he keep up. That's the club stalker. So in this story, she's killing the club stalker because because every time she go out, he's following her. Goes to the bathroom. He's outside the bathroom, still trying to talk to her. She's letting him down easy, saying no, I'm not interested, or whatever. He pushed it to the point that she's like, oh, I gotta go outside. I gotta get some air to get away from this dude. He's ruining my vibe at the club. He follows her outside the club, and that's where everything happens. But nobody knows who's doing the
Mhm.
murders because in New York City, clubs, some clubs are by alleyway, and it's not it's an enclosed alleyway, so there's no exit out to the other side.
Mhm.
And so these clubs she's doing the murders that they have an alleyway, but there's no way to get out to the other side. So people don't know it's her. But and then you know how the news is. You know when they find a dead body, you hear it on the news. And the first one, she was like, "Let me see if it was on the news." Nope. And then when they finally found the body, it was on the news. Nobody knew who, but her signature thing is leaving the Hennessy bottle by the dead body, because they push her to the point that
Mhm.
she's buying the whole bottle at the club. So she's drinking the Hennessy, not drinking the whole thing, but the club stalkers are pushing her to the point that her buying a whole bottle of Henny at the club, and she's sipping from it here and there, and then he follows her outside, still trying to talk to her. She letting him, still not interested, and she said, "You know what? I'm a feed into what you're saying because I need you to leave me alone and get away from me." So she pretended like she wanted him, pulled him into the alley, and she killed him. Left the Hennessy bottle there. Nobody knew he was in the alley because because normally most alleys have an exit out. You can go in one way, come out the other way, but these
Mhm.
alleys don't, and it's the back of the club. So the only door that's there in the alley is the door that leads from the club where they take the trash and all that stuff out. So nobody, and it's pitch dark, so you're not gonna see anything. There's no light there. It's an alleyway. There's no light there. So every time she go to the club, she winds up running into a club stalker, and then she does what she does. Nobody knows until they finally find the body. But she's the daughter of the guy of the first story, so you see where she get her craziness from.
Okay. We running a little short on time here, bro. What you gonna do?
So we're gonna jump right into the third segment. Our third segment of the show is called Dropping Gems, where we give advice to someone who maybe want to become a writer, or even if they maybe want to start a podcast. We just give them some advice that they could take to help them out, and I call it Dropping Gems.
Okay. I would say keep going. Don't give up on it. Yeah, you gonna hit spells where you just, um can't you hit a block and you like, okay, I'm at a standstill, maybe this isn't, it happens. You never know where you gonna get inspiration from, and when it's gonna come, and when it comes, it comes. So stick with it. Don't ever give up on, if that's your passion, stick with it, keep going.
Okay, that's a great gem to drop for the people. So, we're gonna end the show spotlighting your videos.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got two of them. The first video is basically something that I happened upon in my sleep. It's like I woke up, I had a song, I made the song. I didn't like the song, but I made a video for it. After I made the video, I liked the song. And then the second one is a Flo Anna video from her original album, which is yet to come out, but will soon, and her first single, which is Love Me in the Middle. We finally made an actual video for Love Me in the Middle. So we will play them back to back right quick. Here's the first one, about the second one. All right, here we go. Yeah, hey, man. City lights at dawn, leather coat, cash on palm, they step in chrome shoes. Count the hours, chase the blues. They love money, feel the rush. They love money, can't get enough. Going on Sundays, neon touch. They love money, feel the rush. Oh, fast cars, late deals, silver spoons, shopping heels, echoes in the suite, heartbeat matches city beat. They love money, feel the rush. Ooh, they love money, can't get enough. Ooh, gold on Sundays, neon touch. Ooh, they love money, feel the rush. Smoking champagne frost, choices come with cost. Hands that never stay, promise fades by payday. They love money, feel the rush. They love money, can't get enough. Gold on Sundays, neon touch. They love money, feel the rush.
Hey, big head, it's been a minute since we laid up in my bed, and even longer since you special touched me there. You should come over so again we can go there, and let me help you just explode everywhere. So just come love me in the middle. I called you because you're not little, and you know how to use your mouth and make me glow. Turn on my faucet and make my water overflow. We can do it fast or slow, to and fro. So come on over, boy, 'cause if you know, you know. Tonight's the night, we can just go get it, that'd be fine. Or we can do date night, go out and wine and dine, go home and watch a movie. Could be Tubi, Netflix or Showtime, as long as we end up doing the bump and grind. I know you will good every time. So just come love me in the middle. I called you because you're not little, and you know how to use your mouth to make me glow. Turn on my faucet and make my water overflow. We can do it fast or slow, to and fro. So come on over, boy, 'cause if you know, you know.
right.
All right. Again, I would love me in the middle. And the first one is they love money.
A good one.
I likes.
Now, if you pay close attention to that second video, and you'll be able to find them all on my new YouTube page, which is Buckley Productions, where all my videos will be on. I'll put that link in my Facebook page. But yeah, when Floana got to drinking from the candle while it was lit, that was weird. I don't know why they had her do that,
Yeah.
but I did like the touch where they had her actually playing the flute at the end. That was kind of cool. Again, when we make these things, it's like we input the stuff and they kind of work their magic from there. So sometimes you get, okay, that's kind of what I wanted. Sometimes you get like, well, that was not quite it, but I could work with that. That was one of those.
Mm,
Yeah. Two great videos again. I say you do videos better than me. So we're gonna end the show tonight. Appreciate you joining Miss Beverly, Soul Queen. I appreciate you being on the show, talking about your book. Your show Rumble Time, which comes on Sundays and Tuesdays, right on YouTube and Facebook from the Nighthawk Network. And I follow right behind her with my two shows. So yeah. So when you officially release your book, we'll have you back on the show to let people know that your book is officially released.
all right.
So we are out of here since E gotta go. We are out of here. We appreciate y'all as always for tuning into the experience and all the shows on the Nighthawk Network. You know the Nighthawk Network, our voices for our people. So we will see you next time when we're back from the hiatus, which is what the 20 something, 20 something.
We'll be back the day after Memorial Day. I believe that's the 24th, I want to say. The day after Memorial Day, we'll be back. That Tuesday.
Alrighty. You heard about East End. We'll be back then. So once again, I do appreciate y'all. Me and Queen are gonna say peace, one love. See y'all. Alrighty, we are out.